Okay.
Oh, it looks like we're gonna start.
Away as well. We've got Panda starting off in Link's house and Lude starting in the Sanctuary, which is very, very interesting. Usually what I see a lot of is more what Panda's going to be doing, starting in Link's house, heading over to Uncle and getting those 2 immediates, and then immediately saving and quitting and heading straight to the Sanctuary afterwards. Usually because what players can do is if they get a 1 kill on one of the knights, they can probably pull this tree and maybe get an item and hopefully get some bombs, which again, if you do get it's lovely. But isn't always guaranteed, obviously, based on those, the kill numbers and all that kind of stuff. So, okay, nothing much, just some pocket money.
Did see an early map check on LewdDolphin's side, and it looked like we had Green Pendant at Eastern.
Green Pendant at Eastern, that's quite nice. Good. I didn't check the map on the left-hand side, actually. I was watching Panda. He has now done his save, and he's going to head over to the Sanctuary. We'll grab that, the bow upgrade. I believe he'll be getting there. Yes, indeed. And then both players going to find their own way to swing round to Kakariko, either going up via Lost Woods like Lude is now, or will Panda have a different route?
I always find it interesting to see how players start on open mode as opposed to standard.
Yeah, for sure. Because, not having the escape force means that there's just, and obviously you're not having as many guaranteed options for you from the word go. It's a little bit more open-ended, and I think this formative moment in these runs are really, really intriguing and kind of will have a say on how you want to approach, the seed, and you'll probably see certain things from players. Like you can kind of get a vibe for how ballsy they might be in future. So far in Lost Woods, nothing special. Just some hearts from a tree and some money from the thieves' house. And Lude going to make his way down to Kakariko. Money is good because obviously if you don't get any bombs, you can buy some. But ideally, most players will probably be going for just going into Blind's house and praying for bombs in those first 4 chests. Likely, we'll see Lude probably run down and see what else he can get before he starts taking those gambles, though, which is fair play, honestly.
And something else interesting is that the Panda's going to go in with enough money to visit the bottle vendor immediately. Ooh, a mushroom on LewdDolphin's side.
Yeah,
and Lude's going to have to get some money in order to do that, which if the bottle vendor is holding something important, that could be a game changer.
Especially if we have a less than lucrative Kakariko, which depends. It can sometimes be very, very nice and drop a cool 300 for you, but Okay, heading into Chicken Hut as the old man is making his way. The chicken clip as well, very nice and clean. And a bottle, excellent, which does mean that he will be able to check Sick Kid as well immediately, which is very, very nice, considering he's on the southern half of Kakariko. Also, I'm going to apologise now for anyone who is very weirded out by the way I say the name of this village.
I'd imagine they're both also going to be hoping for a flute near Kakariko, just so that they don't have to come back to activate that later.
Oh yeah, that's always a fun one, isn't it? Especially if you have no boots. If you have boots, it's obviously a lot easier to get back to the center, but having to kind of if you're on the other end of the world, having to do the save and quit, go to the Sanctuary, do that really slow walk round. Okay, see what we've got here. A little bit of love again.
More money.
Just money. Just money. Shout outs to money. There,
hey, look, more money.
300 I was talking about. There it is. Some bombs and more money. Oh, wow.
Well, I mean, the Zora item costs 500, so money is good.
I think probably Lude will swing down to Bottle Vendor first as well. Yeah, grab that and nice powder.
Oh yeah.
Gonna be handy for those dungeons that are just awash with anti-fairies, especially if you want to kind of tackle something like Thieves Town quite early. There's a plethora of anti-fairies, so you'll be quite safe kind of tackling that with the powder.
Plus, if they happen to pick up a hammer here, a sword. That's big.
Indeed. And gloves. Wow, nice, very nice. both play. I mean, this is the thing. Like the sword's one of the big ones you really want to be getting early, isn't it? Really, because it just kind of opens up so much. Oh, okay, that's interesting from Lude. Immediately going for the save and quit, and not checking on library or the maze game, which is fine. It's 2 items, and checking it a bit earlier would be fine. He's now making the play for escape. I think he's going to do the whole escape, most likely here. With that sword, going to make it a lot easier. It doesn't have the mirror though to make the backtrack quick, but you know,
He'll probably just save and quit out once he gets to the basement, though.
Yeah, that is true, and then kind of just make his way back. It's definitely a longer way to track it for sure. And also he does have the gloves. You know, go into the prison, do what he needs to do, save and quit, go back to Sanctuary, and just jump down and do reverse. Depending on how confident he is with dark room escape in the sewers, then it might be quite solid for him.
It really depends on where the key is. If the key is in this part of escape, then he won't have to worry too much about the dark rooms, I think. Although he may still need to kill the rat.
Yeah, yeah, you are right. The key count is important there. Just having a little bit of trouble with those blue guards. Sometimes you just get caught out. So here Panda is checking the library, which of course right now in their boots it's just knowledge. It's just a heart piece, so you know, information is better than nothing, of course.
Well, if there's nothing at the race, then Panda will know that she doesn't need to come back here. And there's nothing.
Heart piece, heart container rather. So this is interesting for Panda, having already checked going to Sanctuary, and then probably going to do okay. I'll probably guess either to do reverse escapes just to get those 3 chests. Yeah, look, going right. Seems like maybe that is the play.
Vital Shield pick up on LewdDolphin's side.
Hey, which one? Sorry.
The small shield.
Small shield. Thank you very much. Sorry. Oh, some money as well. Oh, he threw the bomb, but it wasn't close enough. Was I right? Sorry. Yeah, never mind. So, yeah. Panda there getting a key and a cloak for Panda. Cloak of invisibility.
So Aghanim 1 is open for Panda right now. Probably not the best place to go with South Side open, but
yeah, of course. Yeah, going to go down south as well now for Panda. Good choice from them. Got obviously mini Moldorm cave, which isn't going to be too much of an issue with that fighter's sword. And obviously swamp. I can't remember what this place is called. It's not Swamp Palace because that's the Dark World dungeon, but there's the Moon Pearl as well. Incredible pickup there from Lude. So if Lude does go, as we said, goes for the reset, goes for Sanctuary, goes for the reverse, we've got Moon Pearl and Cape maybe coming up for Lude here, which means that Lude will then have full access to Dark World.
At which point it becomes a question of, do you take Aga 1 and gamble that something's on Pyramid, or do you hold off and try to find a hammer to get into Dark World that way?
Sure, I mean that would be the smarter play, obviously, just to kind of like clear out as much as you can. As you mentioned as well, Panda themselves now doing, you know, the southern side of Hyrule now. You know, there is a lot of, you know, there's 5 chests here. There's another check over at Ice Cave or Ice Rod Cave. There's Hobo as well. Lude going for the dark rooms, good stuff. Just keeping himself in the know as Panda clears out Mini Moldorm Cave.
Looks like he does pick the key up.
Gets it eventually, yeah. Some rooms are really kind of like devious sometimes. Either because of enemy density or just because of one of those things where like there are certain rooms that when it comes to dark rooms you'll probably have a lot more I guess chances to experience, like, you know, POD and things like Maya and Turtle Rock are at least for me I guess easier dark rooms because you come across them a lot more, but you know, doing, you know, either reverse escape or, you know, even Aghanim's Tower, they're less traversed dark rooms. Aghanim's Tower being particularly difficult. So many places to fall down.
I'd say if you're gonna do Aghanim's Tower in the dark, at least try to go in with the fire rod so you can light the torches once you get in there.
For sure.
Did not see what LewdDolphin picked up in the dark room, if you picked anything up at all.
I did not catch it myself, unfortunately. I was watching Panda make their way around to Ice Rod Cave, which is just a arrow capacity upgrade. Nothing major there. Again, this is one of those things that either not having boots or not having flute, it's a little bit harder to kind of cover all the options in South Hyrule. Because ideally you want to go check Ice Rod Cave, make your way back, and then fake flippers over to Hobo and check Lake Hylia as well. You know, those things not really happening for either the player. Panda now though going for escape themselves and will grab themselves that Moon Pearl. Neither player have opted to go and check out Sahasrara yet, which, you know, 3 chests, not bad.
And it's a pretty quick trip from Link's house to get there, so it's not a large time investment like, say, Agina's Cave would be.
Agina's Cave, I don't know, is that the one that, that's the one in Desert, isn't it? Next to Desert Palace. I have a different name for it, but yes, Agina. I don't know who Agina is, but I hope they're lovely. I'm sure they are.
I believe in the lore he's Sahasrara's brother.
Oh, right, nice. Good lad. Good lad.
And his cave never has anything except when it does.
Exactly, that's exactly what I say about it as well, yeah. Completely useless until it's not. Well, it could be the play, you never know. The hammer could be there. Who's going to be, who's going to be the hero and make that choice? So Lewd again doing South Hyrule. Question is though, will he opt for the fake flipper play and gonna do the check and Hobo, or will he'll go for the fake flippers and then maybe do Ice Rod afterwards? Not going for the basic setup though. Catching these screen scrolls, which is not too good. Obviously, there is that setup by attacking into the bush and then moving up in a certain direction, like basically up, right. You can align yourself by the time you get there in a very, very good way. Personally, I find this setup is easier facing left into. I do it from the right-hand side screen myself, but facing left rather than upwards. Lewd just wasting some time here, unfortunately, trying to get this right.
Yeah, it's... There he goes. You know, I don't actually set that up at all. I just, like... Oh, wait, no, it's not the green pendant at Eastern, it's blue pendant. I missaw the color.
And then it's 1 and 4 for DP and TOH.
That is correct.
Panda is making the play on... Well, I say the play if it's in some almighty decision. Making the play on Sahasrara. Gonna go and check Sahasrara as Lewd gets that. Did we see what was on Lake Hylia?
I did not catch it.
I think he skipped it. He went around the right-hand side of Spectacle Rock.
He's going to try for this fake flipper.
That's in the thing. You can get this. There we go. Yeah, you got to be up. You got to be up on the line.
I'm guessing
here, I mean,
his
our
next
players do have power gloves, so they can go and check Death Mountain. Obviously, they can't do too much up there. I mean, they would be able to check. Sorry, I said Spectacle Rock for Lake Hylia. They would be able to go and check Spectacle Rock. Sword upgrade. Very nice. On Lake Hylia's island there, which is quite nice. That's going to be important to note. And then Lewd going for... Okay. Interesting. Opting to not go and do Zora, despite having that... Oh, he's going back in? Okay, he's going back in.
I think he's going to do the Wishing Well waterfall, and then do the water walk to get to Zora.
Yeah. I discovered this today. Actually, I knew about going in and swimming in here and then coming out, but I didn't know that you could reset it to then walk on water. It was a great day for me. Which is a mirror. Ooh, okay.
That opens up Tower of Hera, actually.
It does. It does indeed. And as you said, the water walk round to Zora will be nice. Save and quit to Sanctuary, make their way up, potentially. Ledge is still unavailable, unfortunately, for Lewd. And what is it? It's a hook shot!
Oh! That means he's going to have to come back here at some point.
Yes, indeed. at least he knows where it is. Depending on when Panda makes their play for Zora, see how it goes. Currently checking and clearing Eastern.
Which if flippers are in Eastern, that's going to be huge for Panda.
Yeah, for sure. And nothing too big from Zora, just a bomb upgrade, which, for all intents and purposes, is useless.
Yeah.
Sorry, bomb upgrades.
I mean, if you're doing Fighter Sword Vitreous, you might use Bomb for that.
Yeah, that's quite the long shot, though, considering he now knows where at least a sword upgrade is. And as we said, Lude making that play on Tower of Hera, which, you know, of all the options available, that's perhaps the most lucrative. I need to turn that off. Sorry, I heard that. 1 second. Yep.
Nothing so far in Eastern for Panda, which is a little unfortunate.
Yeah, and it's one of those things. Yeah, it's one of those things. Eastern. I mean, it's just the way it goes with Open as a whole. That shouldn't have made a noise. It did. It's kind of like when you have to make like decisions like that. You know, you can sit there and say, "Oh, that was a really, really bad idea," but like, you know, it's literally just comes down to an item. A bad idea can immediately be considered a good one just based on what you get. So it's all, you're all just stabbing in the dark, really, aren't you? For the most part, you know, you're following breadcrumbs, of course, but wow, Panda just struggling trying to get that pot up, but gets it eventually, but needs to, I think, go about this the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, he doesn't have the health to do it the damage way. Blue Mail and Spectacle Rock.
Nice. That's actually not too bad a pickup. Would you opt for it? Yeah, opting for it just because, you know, not too sure about how well you're going to fare in terms of HP. You know, how many hearts are you getting? Oh no! Unfortunate bounce for Panda from that anti-fairy.
But
Does
there's
have a
the fairy
though.
Yeah, I think
Mail pickup.
the Blue Mail pickup right now is a good idea given how little health both players have. Oh, nothing in Eastern at all.
Bit of a shame. Bit of a shame. At this point, yeah, we're looking at. I mean, again, Panda has the same options in terms of Panda's picked up the Moon Pearl, I believe. Yes.
Yes. I forgot to put that in. Sorry.
Yeah, that's right. Sure. So Panda can obviously make that choice to go up to Death Mountain. Looking like Panda's are going to make their way around with the mushroom, obviously in hand. I believe they got the mushroom earlier. Can go up to Witch, do that, and then Zora as well potentially.
So Witch has the flippers.
That would be really big.
Okay, we have a map check on Lude.
6 and 5 are Turtle Rock and Thieves, and red is Skullwoods. Palace is Swamp Palace is green. Skullwoods is red, yeah, and then Thieves Town is Jobby. Turtle Rock is Jobby. There we go.
Oh, the boots for the mushroom.
Oh, that's very nice. That's actually really nice for Panda. The longer that Lude holds off, going up to Zora. This is actually because the big thing over here was the mirror, and the mirror was found in the Waterfall Cave, and Panda won't have access to Waterfall Cave, so the big item that actually made the play possible. Okay, so the question you have to ask, because that was technically out of sequence by doing a minor glitch, it seems like, well, actually, to be fair, boots are now available. Oh no, we haven't got books, so Desert Palace is not available. It does seem like Aga is more of the quote-unquote intended route. It's looking like it's getting closer to it. We've got the pearl, we've got the cloak to get underneath the barrier. It's
well, I don't think Panda coming up here now to get this isn't the worst play in the world, because he's going to have to come back to get the hook shot anyway.
Yeah, that is true.
So unless... Well, the flippers can't be mirror blocked, so...
Yeah.
Both of them are going to have to backtrack up.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. So, I mean, this is a case of how quick that is, you know, exactly where they are. Panda now going to go check Bonk Rocks, which is going to be unique to Panda's route so far. Lude not having those boots. And it's the hammer!
Oh, that's big.
That's huge. Oh, wow.
Panda now has Dark World access.
Very
Going
nice.
to Aga.
That's going to be really, really solid, because Hammer not only gives them access to Dark World via... Interesting going to go for the southern side. Having gone into maybe going via Kakariko would have instant access to Thieves Town, which is one of the two Fat Ferry dungeons. And to be honest, you don't really need that strong a sword to get through it as well. That's the thing. But opting to clear as much of the overworld as possible, it seems. So this is going to be good. Let's have a look at Hype Cave.
Let's see if it's Hype Cave or Nope Cave.
Please be the former. As Lude takes down Moldorm as well on the left side. Very nicely there.
Very clean fight. Looks like it's... Oh, the lamp. Also, it's Nope Cave.
That is nice. I did not see what Moldorm dropped, because as it happened, I literally looked over and saw Lamp coming out of Panda.
Yeah, I did the exact same thing.
Okay, so the Panda map check. It seems that Moldorm dropped nothing of importance.
Probably the key to get to the basement.
And it seems that Panda's content. LewdDolphin is content with just leaving that there, with that the red rupee. So job done for LewdDolphin.
Well, he doesn't have a fire source, so even if something is in the basement, he can't get it.
That fire source just hanging out in Hype Cave on Dark World side. LewdDolphin now making his way over to Eastern, which is... I think he's just forgetting that he's got this mushroom. And I think that's going to be so huge, because obviously, you know, boots lead to Bonk Rock, which leads to Hammer, which is really important.
I think he's going to try to go back there when he has flippers.
Yeah. I think he wants to kind of like kill two birds with one stone, but that could be really bad, because it's on the verge of forcing him into that Aga play.
And if flippers are in the Dark World over on the Hammer side, then he's going to have to go do it eventually without the flippers and make 3 trips.
The creaking of my chair. Whoops. Okay, Panda on their way to Death Mountain. It does have the... Okay, so this is really interesting for both players. Panda making their way up and going to be picking up, obviously, those bombs from himself, and then the blue mail, which, by the way, is a really, really cool color for the old man sprite. Just saying, it's a lovely shade of teal, beautiful. But however, doesn't have the mirror from the fake flippers play, so wasting time themselves here. It's interesting how Panda went for Death Mountain and didn't go for Dark World. Because jumping into Town of Outcasts, the 3 chests from Town of Outcasts, and all of Thieves Town to play for. Also checking Bumper Cave and Ledge Cave. There's so many options on that north side of Dark World.
He may just be wanting to get the save point at Death Mountain also, so that when he does get the hook shot, he can just save and quit, come right up here, and go ahead and do this side of Death Mountain. Not knowing that he could have done it earlier with the mirror from fake flippers.
You have that mirror, it's like, and obviously the hammer as well. East side Death Mountain is in brackets open because we know where the mirror is. But Lude going to be very upset with the with the bounties at play here from Eastern. This is, of course, if Panda would like to pick up the blue mail, we may not see the stunning teal.
He'll get it. It looks like he's going that way now.
If you haven't seen the old man sprite before, your eyes are in for a treat. This is a treat for the eyes. Just look at this color of tunic, glorious. Bam.
Oh, that is wonderful.
Isn't it just? Isn't it?
It's very nice and easy.
It's the little things that help you get through a rando. You know, as we were saying earlier, when you're 4 double dips in, you just want to go to your happy place.
You need something.
And the teal tunic's the one, eh? Oh dear.
Indeed. Looks like Panda is now going to head over to Thieves Town, Village of Outcasts, North Dark World area.
Insert your own name here, yeah. It's interesting as well because both players know where at least one sword upgrade is, and it's kind of a case of getting the master sword is big, yes, but if you get the master sword, and it isn't on that island, you know exactly where tempered is, and of course that tempered upgrade is huge. There we go, LewdDolphin done. Probably not very happy with that either. Leaving Eastern immediately. Does still have that one crystal advantage. Just doing another check there, and Panda going for the Skull Woods check. This is good. This is good because it's just Skull Woods always has something, in this current version.
And it's not unreasonable for it to be a very quick in and out.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, only 2 items, and if you find them within these first, few chests, then you're laughing, really. There's one.
Yep. Second one in this chest, and he's done.
Just get out of there, yeah.
We can always hope.
Okay, he went to Mountain Cave there, Lewd. I think Lewd's going to maybe want to pick up the Sanctuary play. Will we see the Witch? Yes, there we go. Okay, equip the Mushroom. The Witch is being played, so the boots will be getting grabbed by Lewd. And hopefully he'll make his way to Bonk Rocks and get that hammer and make his own conquest of Dark World.
Or will he go Freeze Death Mountain first?
Oh, yes, of course, there is that. Yeah, sorry, I was thinking, I for a moment I thought you meant after the boots. And I was like, he needs the hammer first, but that's all on the way around, isn't it? Of course, yeah. There is that. Which is amazing, because Love Cave with its 7... I mean, there's, 7 chests in Love Cave?
7 chests, plus it gives you access to Spiral Cave, too.
Yeah, of course.
And if Titan's Mid is in there, Dark Death Mountain's open.
Oh, gosh, yeah. That is the implication of getting, Moon Pearl as well so early, is that, all these kind of, like, interconnecting zones. There we go, boots. That's one happy dolphin. Panda struggling here with the Gibdos just being more like Gitdos.
Yep.
I'm not sure if you have that word.
There's the statue. Doing good not to get pulled by the Wallmaster.
The Wallmasters are the ceiling ones, and the floor masters. Yeah. I couldn't remember the names.
Oh, 2 hearts in Skull Woods.
Sounding like a Phil Collins song there. And there's the hammer for Lewd. Lewd is going to opt for. Will it be Death Mountain or will it be Dark World? Let's find out on the next exciting episode of Randomizer Z. He's going for Dark World.
Looks like he's going right to where Panda is now, which is the Skull Woods area. But we'll see if he goes there or just goes straight into Thieves Town.
Should be a bumper cave check, obviously with cloak available. If it is a big item. It's never useful.
It's a red item.
Never useful. Oh dear.
I've seen ice shot up there once.
Yeah. I had flippers there with the hook shot on Lake Hylia, and I didn't know that you didn't need hook shot to do it.
Yeah. So interesting to note is, They're both going to be doing Dark World. LewdDolphin has the mirror, so that opens up a couple more spots for him.
I forgot to update this. Lude going for the Skullwoods play as well, falling into the bait that is version 26. If you want anything, it's probably in Skullwoods. As Panda is clearing out this village of outcasts. Bam! Bombs there, lovely.
Skullwoods, Turtle Rock, or Left Side Swamp. That's where all the items are.
Left Side Swamp, oh! Yeah, yeah. I'm quite intrigued, you know, when you brought up Lude maybe doing the... I think it's because Lude knows where the hookshot is, so he knows where it is. So if he can gamble finding the flippers anywhere else, he can do all of... No! Lude!
That will use his fairy, I think? I don't know if he used it yet. Nope, there it is. But still.
What intentional do you reckon? No, it couldn't have been. It couldn't have been. No. I think, yeah, he's opting to try and maybe get hook shots so he can do clear all of East Death Mountain in one fell swoop, which I respect. I respect the concept. Even if I think that, you know, the 7 chests in Love Cave are a little bit too much to pass up.
Well, we found a sword upgrade in Thieves Town.
Ooh, lovely.
So
now that means that Tempered Sword is online for sure. Then on Lake Hylia.
It's just Panda doesn't know that yet because I don't believe he's checked that.
Oh yeah. They didn't, because I didn't do fake flippers at all, did they?
Nope. Only Lude did.
Time over on Lude's screen though. Mummy, stop it, Mummy.
The hammer hitbox is weird.
Isn't it just? It's got the range of, like, I'm pretty sure it's got like half fighter sword range sometimes. Just when it feels like it, it's like, you know what? I'm just gonna lose a couple of pixels of range. I said thanks, dude.
So interesting is 3 items in Thieves Town were in the first 4 chests.
Yeah. Honestly, not too much of an issue. Yeah, they're gonna just try and take the death here for HP and get out of the dungeon. Actually, might save and quit. Okay, get out of the dungeon. That's interesting. It makes that makes more of an issue when you're in it, when it's pendant. If it's crystal, you'll keep going when you can do it. If it's pendant, you'd probably just be like, you know what, I've got a good chunk. You know, would you take the risk or not? There's more of a case for just leaving on the first 4 chests if it's pendant. If you get so many good items, or so many items,
right
out of there.
Although that may trigger a gamble on big chest and save the, what, 15-20 seconds it takes to get over there?
Yeah. Oh, I'm not saying, by all means, I'm not saying it's a good play, but there's I guess there's logic behind it.
Technically, yes. Are we gonna get a King's Tomb check?
Yes, and Ledge Cave as well. Very nice. Okay. These 2 notorious for just being forgotten sometimes.
This is the benefit of having that mirror.
Let's have a look then. King's Tomb, what we got?
Money.
Thanks, King's Tomb.
Although, because of the way the logic is, the logic won't require you to do fake flippers, so LewdDolphin will not find the flippers in Graveyard Ledge Cave. That's just because the mirror was flippers blocked.
Yes, it was. This is correct, yes. I think that's... Oh, mitts, though!
Well,
I'll take that.
Yeah. No complaints there by anyone.
Yeah, take that. Absolutely take that. That just makes traversal so much easier, doesn't it? The interesting thing about this is Panda had the opportunity to do this. They went over to Bumper Cave and checked it, and could have easily went east, but decided to go back into Skull Woods. So, it's not out of the realms of possibility for for Panda to easily just go back up, but
Well,
you
remember,
know.
Panda doesn't have the mirror.
Oh, of course, yeah, I can't get in there without the mirror. I should, yeah, that's a good point. It's 1 in the morning. Oh dear.
Well, that sounds like a thing.
I don't know why I'm up this late. Apparently Rando's just got me hooked.
That worth it.
Okay, so Lude gonna go for the just opening the dungeon. We'll probably clear out the rest of the Village of Outcasts, head in, clear the dungeon. Also, no, this is actually really nice for Lude, because Lude, after doing this, can do the grand low rule, world tour, can't he? Can do all of, has access to obviously the frog, the breadsmiths, purple chest, what's it called, bat, all that kind of stuff.
But he still does not have access to Tempered Sword, which is
He doesn't.
probably what he really wants right now.
No, but yeah, but having that mitt, that extra 3 checks that can be done on Lude's side is quite nice. Panda, though, going back into south side, low rule. I'm gonna say low rule because I'll call it Dark World, as it is canonically called.
I'm expecting a pyramid check.
Oh yeah,
and if pyramid has flippers.
Could you imagine that if pyramid has, or if like catfish has flippers? That would just be like the ultimate. Now use your mirror, but you don't.
I want to see this
because you need it behind the flippers. Well, that would be really nice if that was the case. Nice in a bad way,
It's good for us.
Yeah. Everyone's probably going to be enjoying it, and dare I say, not like thising. Bloomerang was that? I think it was Bloomerang.
Yes, that was Bloomerang.
Not picking it up though, of course, because
the wrong blue item.
Yeah, red. It would have been grabbed.
Oh, is this a pod? This is a pod play.
I mean,
I actually like this.
Yeah. I mean, because obviously there's only 2 chests that are out of the way and locked behind Bow. You just kind of have to hope that you don't get nothing in the first chest. Given the density of keys in pod, there is obviously, it is in your favor. I mean, I'm one of those who are kind of a little bit iffy about going into pod without Bow, but mainly because I've made the error so many times where you go in without Bow, and every time you go without Bow, you always need the Bow, which is a great irony.
There's also a lot of folks who don't like to go in without the mirror, but routing pod without the mirror isn't as tedious. It's just a little bit longer if you get a key in this first chest.
Definitely, yeah. Get it. Okay, cool. So let's see what Panda can find. Panda not having to worry about dark rooms here. Can be confident in just doing their best to clear whatever they've got.
Which is actually a big relief when it comes to the dark maze room.
Yeah.
At least for me it is, but dark rooms are interesting.
I think I've always kind of liked the challenge of dark rooms. I think there's something to be said for. I think you should learn it. Not you specifically, but I think it's one of those things that you should definitely try to learn at least a couple of dark rooms. Red meringue there for Lude being picked up. I think because like there are. I mean, I think we saw a race recently where there was the difference between 2 runners where I believe it was Elmagus and Seven Sins, and one runner knew some dark rooms and one runner didn't, and making the gamble on the dark room was really huge for one player as the other struggled to find lamp. Which is, but then that's like the dialogue between routing decisions and execution specifics, which is
So we find B-Torp and we find a blue cane in pod so far.
nice. Nice stuff. I mean, there's survivability there, isn't there? And there's
Spike Cave is also open.
yes, that is true. Yeah.
And
Panda though, still not having the mirror or the hook shot to be able to get to east side.
Interesting that Panda's leaving pod instead of going deep into the center of it.
I don't think they can, unfortunately, because they had zero keys. So the keys they need to get to the backside are actually because they already went to, the big room with the blue and red dudes who like.
Yeah, that's right. There is a locked door there, isn't there?
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
I'd forgotten about that.
Yeah. Here comes the grand tour from Lewd.
It's good that he's doing digging game before the frogs or the chest.
Yeah, of course, always. Yeah, I think definitely that's a good one. I think we've all made that error, haven't we? Where we then have to can't do this. You've got a weird chest with you, and you have to just double back, which is not nice.
Yep. Oh, he's going to get the library item. Oh wait, no, he never checked it. Never mind.
Did he? Yeah. Oh, gonna go for it though.
I mean, it is health. And oh, the flipper's a catfish.
I called it, didn't I? I called it earlier. I said it.
You did.
What if he gave the flippers and then you want the mirror to go back? Oh my word!
This is huge for Panda.
It is huge. It really is. Because yeah, this is a lot of things that gonna be going to get interesting. Gonna go and check Hobo first. Yeah. Panda's now seen that there is a sword as well.
What'll be interesting is when does Lewd go to check Catfish? Does he do it during his tour, or does he get something that lets him into another dungeon and go into that first?
Yeah, no. I was literally just thinking I was gonna, ask that question of you because I think it's kind of interesting to get everyone's opinions on this. Is what kind of routes do you take? Like, do you cover that overworld first and then start dipping into dungeons, or do you kind of like pepper the dungeons as you go? I mean, there's something to be said for a lot of times here. Runners have the ability just to do a dungeon, which is fine, all fine and dandy. But then they're kind of like forgetting about those, left field picks that might just kind of have something like Catfish did.
Now here's another.
If you think about it, it's only with that knowledge that we know that what Lewd's doing right now is not going to be very lucrative for him. But for all he knows, this is a great idea.
Well, it is lucrative because there's a cane.
As I said that. However, I just think, as you said yourself, getting hookshot is big, and the mirror as well.
So here's an interesting dilemma. Swamp Palace and Eastside Death Mountain have the same number of items. Because Swamp is green pendant. Do you go to Swamp immediately after East Death Mountain if nothing comes out of it?
Oh yes, because of course Panda doesn't have mitts, so we can't get into Dark World. Dark World, East Death Mountain. That is. Oh, that is a really interesting caveat as well. That's a really interesting thing, like, because that will. Again, I assume Panda will go for Death Mountain with that in mind. Oh no, you were right. Going for Swamp Palace, I think there, because it is green pendant, which does kind of warrant the check. Yeah, you're right on that one. Probably looking for Mitt to make that Death Mountain play.
Could also be still looking for a medallion, because that's rolling in the back of the player's minds as we need medallions for Meyer and T-Rock.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Oh. This is interesting. If he's doing what I think he's doing.
Gonna get the sword first.
Mm-hmm.
Fire Rod for LewdDolphin.
That opens Ice Palace up.
Hmm. Yeah, gonna get the tempered sword.
Oh, that might actually push LewdDolphin to do Ice Palace looking for flippers. Well, no, flippers can't be in there because flippers are required to get in. So he won't do that.
Will we see the Death Mountain play? Yes, there it is. Interesting that it didn't go for the swamp. I guess, yeah, I mean, again, chest density, but it is a long time in there, isn't it? So the Death Mountain play does come out, which is fair. As you say, you know, I think this is. You always want to kind of consolidate your decision making into kind of like capitalizing as much as you can, but you can't always guarantee that's going to be the case.
Well, Panda can also do Hera while he's up here. So that pushes us to a 9-item play instead of a 7-item.
Yeah. I haven't seen book from anyone. If book happens, then you can go and check ether tablet as well. Shovel. Okay. Come on, Love Cave. What you got? Lamp coming out for good old LewdDolphin. So Love Cave notorious for having nothing but hearts in every other version but this.
Well, there's a heart.
There we go.
Oh, Quake.
Quack. That was it. That was it.
Yep.
Nothing else. Gonna opt to fall down. Okay.
Dude, remembering he doesn't have the flippers.
And Lude knows that they're there as well. Thing is he making his play up? Is he going up now? Because if he does this now, gonna go check pyramid first.
Makes sense. Catfish is kind of out of the way.
It's always Catfish as well, though, isn't it? Like, oh, Catfish has killed some races.
Yep. Let's see. On top of Hookshot Cave is a red rupee.
Oh, nice. Is he going? He's going for pod. It'll be interesting to see what differences he makes in the routing inside the dungeon. If he wants to go back to if he wants to go to the backside first, and then maybe he'll get different items, or if he wants to go for the what is the vanilla big key chest play, which, as we know, is a lockout without because you run out of keys.
Well, I'm 95% certain that he won't find a bow in the back half of pod, because otherwise you could key lock yourself from beating the game.
Yeah,
but he could find just about anything else.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Okay, so yeah, now Panda making that play up to Tower of Hera, and has a light source now. I can't remember if both items were found in Hera. I know that one was for sure. I remember there was a lot of excitement going on Panda's side when Lude covered that dungeon.
Yeah, I don't quite remember if both were or just the red rupee was. So
Okay,
I think
then, Lude, what do you got in pod?
Well, we know Panda picked up the blue cane and the B-Torp bottle over by Vanilla Big Key. But we'll see what
Why did I click the cane of burner on my side then? I saw Panda and probably clicked the burner on my side.
Well, I mean,
okay,
he might pick it up now.
Yeah, he will. Oh, I've unclicked it for the sake of accuracy. This is a shame though. So both players doing the same thing in pod.
Yep.
There's not.
So I think now it's a matter of when does Panda go to North Dark World versus when does Lude go to Catfish.
Yeah, I think that's the thing between the two, isn't it? We've got Mitts, you know, we've got Panda waiting on Mitts and Lude waiting on those flippers, which unlocks Hookshot, as we know, and Tempered. Where are you going?
Is he going to ice?
Might be going to ice. It's doable for him. Fire rod. Nope. Where?
Maybe Ice Rod Cave.
He never checked Ice Rod Cave. Yeah, that was Panda, wasn't it? Hmm.
That was.
You know, when you have your inner voice just screaming, check catfish, check it. Oh, Panda falls.
It's not too surprising. It's Walder. Now, there is another gamble that LewdDolphin could take if he really wanted. It's a long shot gamble, but it is one that's bumped back onto the bridge.
That's my favorite thing ever. That is, I've got a lot of time for that.
If LewdDolphin decides to make the gamble that Swamp Palace isn't required, let me gamble on right side Big Key and Ganon's Tower, no hookshot required.
That'd be an interesting one.
Because he also doesn't need the flippers because Swamp is green pendant, and if nothing required is in there, I'm not saying it's a good gamble. It's just physically possible with what we know about the seed so far.
Yeah.
Oh, again, is cave height.
Oh yeah. It's what? It was money, wasn't it?
Yep. More money.
Nice. More money.
Is Panda about to go for Swamp right now?
Probably going to be checking south of Village of Outcasts. This is where, obviously, I don't remember what Stumpy had, but because he's now got the mirror, they're going to go and get Fire Rod from what I shall now call that cave. Use it. That's a good name for it. So checking that cave and finding Fire Rod. Ba-bam. Very nice.
And because he doesn't have mitts yet, that does not push him into an early Ice Palace.
Okay. Yeah, and Lude going to be resetting these bushes. And start slicing down the cardinal bushes to get a bit more HP for Spike Cave, which as you mentioned earlier, is available thanks to the Cane of Burner.
I don't quite know if I do Spike Cave before I did Catfish.
Yeah, agreed. It's an interesting play. Let's see if it works with them. No.
Little love.
A little bit. But this is not a Heim song. This is a race.
Here's the Swamp play.
There we go. Finally going for it. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. As he said, chest density is very nice. Potential is high. I think Lude is going for Eastside Death Mountain now as well. Going up to the top, probably going to hammer over and do it that way. Jump down, Spiral Cave, jump down, go back up, check Floating Isle, and then potentially go and check. Can do half of Dark World, East Death Mountain. Can check Turtle Rock's requirements. And you can technically get one. I know that the game's logic, or the randomizer's logic, does not forbid bonking in Hookshot Cave to get Hookshot.
Right.
I learned that the hard way. My very, very first randomizer I ever did, Hookshot was in Hookshot Cave on that southmost chest, which is the most disgusting thing I think I've ever had in rando. But
yeah,
that is something that the logic might allow, whether or not that's a consideration. Ooh, was that red mail? It was.
In Swamp.
Yeah, nice. It's a nice dark purple for the old man. Not as stylish as the teal, but still pretty nice.
But as you were saying about Hookshot Cave and the logic.
Yeah, it's just you can obviously use your boots to bonk off the blocks. And so that one chest might be available. So there's actually 3 available to Lude here, because he's got the Oh, hello. And there's Quack for him as well. He's got the mitt, so he can get into Dark World, East Death Mountain, just to check it.
Interesting that he's not doing that though.
He's skipping Spiral as well.
Yeah, I would have at least stayed to check T-Rock's requirement.
Yeah, at the very least, yeah. Can we just scream catfish? If we scream catfish loud enough.
Now, one of the best case scenarios for Panda right now is going to be that either Bow or Ice Rod is in Swamp.
Yeah.
Because I actually doubt that LewdDolphin will check it until after he's checked everything else because he has the mitts already.
What? Going to complete the dungeon first like that instead of doing left side? It's not doing this is kind of interesting, because this is not. If this was a crystal dungeon, I understand this play by just quickly making it a bid for the crystal, and then seeing what you get, because there is a bunch of items over here. I know left side takes like 45,000 years. I get that, but still, I don't know.
I actually like doing it this way. The dungeon seems to have a more natural flow to it if you go towards the boss first and then just mirror out from left side when you're done.
Yeah, and as I even mentioned myself, density of chests on this side. Boo!
Oh, that's big.
That is big as well. God, Panda with these big shouts. Lewd, however, getting his flippers immediate.
Save and quit, not a mirror.
What? You forgot.
He might be wanting to get Tempered Sword before Hookshot, but I mean, it's right there.
Where are you going, Lewd?
He's probably going to get Tempered Sword.
Yeah,
but
which obviously is a huge pickup. That is obviously it's a good pickup. The difference between Master Sword and Tempered is something special. It really is. But
oh yeah,
but Hookshot was right there. Man, interesting one.
Yep. And that does confirm Hookshot is required because the bow was behind the big chest.
Mm-hmm. Not going for the double fire rod spin attack method. Just going for just opting for the and then using the warp afterwards. I kind of like that. At least that's a good counter for what he did, rather than just getting the hook shot. Green pendant unlocked for Chubby as well, which is nice.
Yep.
Chubby, I mean Panda. And then as you said, going back in and doing left side. Yeah.
So now that what's it called? Hookshot has been gotten by LewdDolphin. I'm thinking he may make the play for Ice Palace.
Ice Palace, you reckon? Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, you can clear it all, and it is a crystal dungeon. making the swamp. No one wants to do swamp. I think that's actually one of the things that's really ballsy about Panda's play, and what has really been beneficial for them is that. I think you're right. Yeah, the fire rod's out. Really been beneficial for Panda is that no one checks this dungeon. Like, no one wants to, really, do they? Sure, it's got a lot of chests, but ugh.
It just takes a while.
Yeah.
Especially if you have to do left side.
Which, I mean, I know, obviously, if you leave Swamp, going back into it is, not much better than a poke in the eye with a sharp stick, but I would have been. I'm not very good at rando, I guess. I would have been tempted to leave it. I've got the bow. I've got an item already. It's not Troc, and Troc's where you get all the items, isn't it?
It is. But my experience has been every time I say I'm just going to leave this, that's where the ice rod is on a T-Rock Crystal Seed.
Yeah, see, I've unfortunately always been the opposite, where I've been like, you know what, I'll leave this, and then later on I'll double guess myself and go and go, oh well, it must have been there. Go back there, and it just turns out that it's just piffle. And you're like, oh great, I should have followed my gut, but no, I double guess myself, I guess.
Now, I do expect once one of our players checks T-Rock, and if they're able to go into it, they will go into it right then and there.
Yeah. Both players have done nothing on left side. Swamp, Palache.
But still a bow find, so
yes,
absolutely worthwhile to dive it.
Looks like, and I think Panda's going to be going straight back to pod just to finish it up.
And compared to North Dark World, the item density in pod is still higher. Plus, it's a crystal.
Yeah, just ticking that off and getting it done. And also, Panda's on this side anyway. Might along the way pop in to see Sahasrara.
Very well could. Surprisingly, we're an hour in with no desert access whatsoever.
Yeah. Either flute. Well, flute for LewdDolphin. Panda would need flute and the mitts, which hasn't been checked yet on that ledge cave. Or, of course, book. Mudora. Yeah, there we go. Checking out Sahasrara. What do you got there, old man?
And look, Sahasrara loves us today. I've heard so many names for him. It's crazy.
What's your favorite?
My personal favorite is Shabadoo.
Shabadoo. I managed to, back in the day, like really early internet days, when writing lol or the old LOL repeatedly into lol was a thing. I once tried. I have a bit of a stutter. You may not notice. I have a little bit of a stutter, and I once stuttered on his name and just said Shahasrara. So I personally enjoyed that one.
I know one person, when Aghanim was the name to be difficult to pronounce besides Sahasrara, one person just said, I'm done with this, and just called him Aggie.
Aggie, yeah. Oh, Aggie. Double key on that other side of pod. Interesting that it decided to... yeah, to be fair, that's faster. I don't know what I'm talking about. Ignore me.
It's marginally faster. You can hammer down and just jump off the ledge, but you then have to do switch stuff. I haven't seen anything of note in Ice Palace on LewdDolphin side yet.
No, just hearts, which is all well and good, but I think that's really going to advance progress here. Going to go for the Kaboomji. Interesting.
I think he was just opening it up for later when he comes in the Dark Maze.
The big key, lovely. Yep, checking the right-hand side just to make sure that the key was available.
Yeah, it's definitely better not to get caught at the end of Dark Maze and not have the big key.
Especially if you're lampless. That's always a fun one.
Oh, there's the ice rod.
Ooh, that's good. That's good. I think Trock is waiting. Can you remember where the Cane of Samaria was?
Magic Bat.
Magic Bat, of course, yes. The Mad Batter. Yeah, so that is what is standing between T-Rock and Panda right now.
Well, potentially a medallion too.
Oh, yeah.
I think what Panda's gonna... No. Nobody has checked it.
I think they haven't really had a solid chance to do it, have they? Ooh, bombs,
Nope.
lovely. Applause, applause.
If I think what Panda will do after Pod is he'll go ahead and do the North Dark World loop, and that's when he'll grab his mitts, come down, do the overworld stuff, and then go to T-Rock. Or Ice. But that would make the most sense.
That was a lovely drop there. Lou just got a full magic drop when he was very, very low.
And being right next to Cold Stare, he's going to need full magic to open it up.
Going interesting. It's been so long since I've seen what happened there. It's been a while since I've seen Vanilla. I'm just sorry. You see the Stalfo? It's just
yeah, it's just like all right, and Candace Samaria throws you all the way over there.
Just launched him. Oh no! Dude, use some magic. Oh, sorry, Lude. Unfortunately,
So there is magic in the room nearby.
Yeah, on the right hand side, isn't it? Through the door.
Yep.
Sorry,
He's just
taken.
Oh wait, what?
6.
Where's he going?
Lude.
Oh, he's getting his health back. Okay.
Okay, getting help. Ever since that Stalfos just went on a ride.
I mean, Lude has been making very confusing movements for a little while. He's very angry.
This isn't helping your cause, mate. Wait a second.
Wait, what are you doing? Does he not know there's magic on the right side?
I don't think he does.
Well, that is interesting.
That is... I mean, that is... potential. I mean, that's a lot of time loss. That's an entire trip through Ice Palace.
And he's probably going to go get a green potion.
That is an unfortunate one. I mean, there's only one way you're going to learn, and that's by not doing it. You know, I guess that's one of those things. Like, you know, people forget things all the time. I've you know, that's not unique to this one scenario.
No, not at all.
It's a shame, but you know.
Helmasaur had the burrito.
Very nice. Hungry Helmasaur King.
So, looking at what is available and what items are required left, the only two things that Turtle Rock could hold that are required, either in itself or through Double-Chested Fairy, are the book and the flute. And even then, the book isn't strictly required unless flute is in desert.
Yeah.
Or at one of the tablets. So we'll see where Panda goes from here. Hopefully North Dark World.
Ideally, yeah. Get themselves the mitts and... Well, yeah, the mitts. There's nothing else.
Well, there's the cane.
Yes, down in Mad Batter, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's where Panda's going now. Equipping the hook shot, making the way across. This could be the bit when Panda breaks this seat open for themselves.
You know, we were talking about tongue slips and mispronunciations earlier, and I have this terrible habit of calling the cane of Somalia.
Yeah, people do it, and I wasn't sure if it's because, you know, normally when it comes to you know, a lot of translation between Japanese and English, R's and L's do get confused, like Taros and Talos, those kind of things. Maybe it's just a case of that. Don't know.
Could be. Panda's going to get his whatever Wellington's tomb, I forget. Money.
Money.
Payday!
Shout out to money.
And here comes the mitts. So, I don't know which player is ahead. I want to say it's Panda through the bow.
Yeah, I'd say, I mean, given Lude having to reset all of Ice Palace, that was a lot of time loss as well for him. It's given... That's kind of what's happened to give Panda all this time to pick a bunch of stuff up and really claw back those key items that they were missing. Mitts being a big one for them. Saving and quitting, interesting. Because as obviously as we have the to know, opting to not grab that heart, we have the luck to know that obviously they want to going for Dark Side East Death Mountain. Then I would assume.
Yes, and probably a Turtle Rock check.
Yes, that'd be lovely. Please do so, Panda. Please do so.
Because here's the thing: the only way that this could be a potentially inefficient play to make, and even then it's not really inefficient, is if Turtle Rock is Quake. Elsewise, he'd have to come back up here anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Lou's not going to have enough here as well. This is going to just have just under max, yeah.
I believe he bought a potion. Yeah, he's got a blue potion.
Yeah. It just seems like it's just quite an investment for one extra.
Well, the run has been validated on Panda's side. Picked up the single arrow.
Clappers all around. Okay, so ham sandwich with the fire rod.
Oh, it's Quake.
Down. It is Quake.
And a very clean cold stare fight for Lewd.
Job done, yeah. The extra. Oh, a bottle, very nice. It's a good start.
With blue goo inside of it to boot.
Nothing else of any worth really or note. All the net. Junior 23 would be happy with that one.
We can now kill Agatu.
We can.
I foresee a spike cave check.
Oh yeah. Lewd now with obviously having done Cold Stare does have hook shot and will make the play to do the exact same thing that Panda's doing now as well, and will not find too much. Does have the Cane of Samaria though, so by checking Turtle Rock can make that immediate play. There is that bonus for LewdDolphin, and if Trock has either Book of Mudora or the flute, then bingo for him.
Absolutely. Yeah, I see LewdDolphin going ahead and doing Turtle Rock now instead of holding off, especially with the V26 logic.
Yeah.
Looks like Panda is headed to go do Ice Palace.
Yeah, ticking off one of those one of those crystal dungeons. I think that's kind of where. Okay.
That is one thing that a lot of people have found to be favorable in the 26 logic is to go into dungeons as early as possible.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of. In terms of my experience with it, I've been out of Rando for a couple of versions. I kind of missed 24, 25. So kind of like the shift in meta from kind of like directions. 22, 23, I saw a lot of people clearing a lot of overworld, and kind of I'd be delving into dungeons, and then but the overworld were where a lot of things were, and as you say, these kind of decisions to go into dungeons can be quite lucrative. I think that was kind of the point, wasn't it, to kind of make dungeons have a bit more of a relevance.
Yeah, and that would make a lot of sense too, especially with how prevalent overworld was in some of the older versions.
Mm-hmm.
So LewdDolphin will be able to complete Turtle Rock. There's nothing really stopping him.
Yeah.
And depending on what's in here, he may go ahead and go to Desert and Mire before he goes into Swamp for Bow.
Yeah, that is an interesting thing as well, isn't it? To say that, you know, how you play the seed and how that makes you react to it, and you know, that kind of relationship you have with that seed, instant big key. Because, like, you know, depending on what you get first, it can completely shift your decision making. You know, we know that Swamp is where he needs to go because it had Bow. We know that because Panda's already cleared it. But if he gets Flute or he gets Book and he's like, I'm laughing now, and he'll go to Desert and he'll clear Desert, and that's all well and good. But for, you know, stalling this Bow, and I mean, actually, 1 second, he can't do this because he hasn't got Ice Rod's in Swamp as well, isn't it?
No, it's in Pod.
It's in Pod. Oh, you're right. It is in Pod.
So he has to get the bow to get that.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah. Sorry.
But if he gets Flute or what's it called, Book in here, he may go there and gamble that the Ice Rod's in one of those two places.
Yeah. This is interesting. I completely forgot that. I was looking over at Panda's tracker, and then looked out, and then looked left and went, "Oh right, yeah, no Ice Rod." I think is I don't disrespect this decision. I'm not saying it's a good one because it's always nuts to go, oh yeah, Ice Rod's in Troc. It's happened enough times to make you paranoid enough to go there and just check to see if it is there. But still, it's a big time investment.
Well, that, and there's also been, as of late, multiple seeds that have had the item required to get to Ice Rod be in Turtle Rock 2. So there's enough weighting of that I think this makes sense, even though it will ultimately mean he has to do it twice.
Yeah, it is true. Yeah, the intention behind it is definitely understand, and as I say, it's definitely something that I don't think is a bad idea.
Plus, he's already here.
I'm not sure if you've seen, by the way, but the bunny sprite for the old man is incredible.
I have not
throw that out there. If we see it, we'll see it. But if not, then I think this is fine. If Panda is gonna, I think Panda's gonna go back and do reverse to lower side of Ice, which, or is just gonna clear this out. Oh, missed out on the ferry. I'm not sure if Panda's going to go and do reverse, because I mean, there's not really much in Ice. Yeah, going to go and do it.
Oh, with Panda not having Kane, it makes more sense for him to just go ahead and clear this out. Just because there's a chance Kane is here.
It's not as like silly long as it is as it's considered to be. I mean, it is long. A lot of beating around the bush, but you know.
I'm
looking for magic, I think. I don't know.
I'm sitting at a 97% certainty this dungeon was designed to be as tedious as possible.
99% TDC. That's I don't. Yeah, there's that sounds about right. Wow, sword beams, please.
Has to bust out the hammer.
Hammering down.
Oh, there's bombos.
We don't know yet what Maya is. If Maya is Bombos, then that's really interesting. But that's only if Maya is Bombos.
And there's the flute.
As well. We said it, didn't we? We said it.
Yep.
Now this is going to force him. He'll probably obviously go straight to Desert next. Obviously check Maya's caves around the edges. You know, do checkerboard cave. Mini Maya next to it.
I do think Panda will go ahead and do all of T-Rock when he gets there with the cane. As long as he checks what's it called? Mimic Cave and its bombos, then he's good.
Yeah.
This dark room is very easy if you get the pattern correct, and as soon as you mess it up, it's like impossible.
Yeah.
If you don't have the
It's
link.
kind of like there's set directions which work out, but it's like the first. I think you have to kind of like be on. You have to move down onto it, and you have to immediately move right, and then hold down. That will get you to the button. And then it's like hold right for a little bit, and then down and left. But it's like you have to kind of know your geography. Of course you do. It's a dark room, but it's kind of like, as you say, if you're off that beaten track, just use the mirror, mate. Just use the mirror. Ooh, getting caught out the Book of Nodora as well.
Turtle Rock holding everything once again, except the ice rod.
Holding everything since 1991.
And there's the key. No Trinex for you though.
Got a piece out of there.
So
Sanctuary.
okay. Assuming Panda picks up Kane and Magic Bat, do you think he goes straight for T-Rock then?
What? So if Panda checks Bat, he'll go straight for T-Rock
instead of doing the rest of the overworld stuff?
I would think he should, because it's a full dungeon that he has got full access to 100%. And that is a guaranteed crystal, which is a 6/5 crystal as well, and he's already got Thieves, which opens up Fat Fairy. So if Panda goes south now, and then goes east, and then south again, and now east, we got ourselves the game.
He's gonna grab the frog.
Oh yeah.
And we're off to finally get a Meyer check.
Oh baby. Shout outs to Ether.
Indeed.
The old man is very literate with his book for him. Oh, it is. Did you see it?
I didn't catch what it was. I want to say Quake.
I don't know. Hopefully our tracker caught it.
Well, if he goes into it, then we'll know from there.
Yeah, of course, yeah. If he's got what he needs. Doesn't seem like... Well, no.
Checkerboard cave.
Sure. Yeah, checkerboard cave first, of course.
He still doesn't have bow.
Oh, yeah.
Money.
Money. Yeah.
Hey,
good.
money.
Good money.
I
love money.
I want to know who the guy is that just
actually checked. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say I don't think our players have checked Desert Ledge either, which is on the cards. New money.
I want to know who the guy is that just put all these random red rupees everywhere.
Yeah, good question.
It's like an Easter egg hunt.
This is gonna be big for Panda. Turtle Rock. If you're not going to Turtle Rock, Panda,
well,
but good reason why you're not. No, we'll see what the decision is.
Well, for all he knows, flute or book is in the gray chest, or the required medallion is. There's enough left out there. Oh wait, nope.
Yeah.
Save and quit with the book or the chest. Oh, that's interesting.
Going back to the home.
I guess without flute, this is the fastest way to get there.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Have they checked Grove? They've done Stumpy, but have they done Grove?
Panda has. It was Piece of Heart.
Piece of Heart. Okay, thank you.
And LewdDolphin has his dairy product.
Lovely. Golden Sword. Haven't seen Golden Sword for a while. I remember the days of, coming out of Escape with the Golden Sword. Just being like, lovely. Good time.
Panda's going to check Agina. Oh, there's Ether.
And there's Ether. I think it doesn't matter now. That's guaranteed entrance for Lewd.
Yeah, that absolutely is.
Okay. This may not be as bad overall. We're gonna go. Dolphin's gonna finish Desert, head over to Maya, give that a cheeky clear out, and then it comes down to, he'll know that at that point that Maya is done. Can't do DOP just yet. DOP, POD, not a director of photography.
We finally have another basement of escape check.
Ooh.
We can finally see what's in here.
I'm excited.
Let's see. Let's watch it be something less like a green rupee. All this hype for nothing.
Yay. Bam.
Oh, red rupee, okay. We can be hyped for that.
Okay, that's another dungeon clear. That's what, 4 crystals now for Lewd. Needs to get Maya, Truck, and Palace of Darkness. Currently, yeah, Panda is in the lead, I'd say, at this point, because Panda's going to be able to complete Truck, and that's the difference. Lewd still has to find that bow, and that's kind of what's locking off Palace of Darkness. And that's going to be important.
Looks like it is Quake for Meyer, so it doesn't matter if Panda checks Mimic Cave or not.
I think Panda probably will.
Yeah, given what's left.
Although, I mean, I don't... Maybe... No, yeah, because obviously Flute happens... and Flute and Book happen afterwards.
Yep.
Pretty much. Panda's going to be in Go mode after this. As soon as this is done, doesn't need anything else.
Yeah, I mean...
Go mode is... As soon as that Flute hits, that's Go mode.
And Silvers... Yeah, they're nice, but I mean... They make Vitreous and Ganon easier, and outside of that... I don't think either player is going to need Silvers for Ganon.
It'll be interesting to see what kind of difference the Golden Sword can make for Lewd here. Because obviously it is. I mean, the Tempered Sword is the big upgrade for Master, but the Golden Sword is still pretty sweet. Like, it still gets the job done.
Yeah. I do believe Panda will get it, though, because I believe it was on the way to the Big Key in Desert.
It was, yeah. It was, was it in the room with the levers? Not the levers, the little, like, tendrily things before Cannonball Room?
Yes.
Yeah, he'll pick it up anyway, yeah.
I always call those things amoebas.
Amoebas, it works, to be honest. It's pretty accurate. Levers are the chaps who are in Desert Palace, the ones who come out of the ground.
Yes.
There you go, boys and girls at home. Some Zelda lore for you.
Now, there is one other difference that we could see come into play, depending on where Big Key is in Meyer, is Go Mode Meyer versus non-Go Mode Meyer.
It's there. It looks like Lewd's oh, he's going to go for the chest over here first. Okay, interesting.
That makes
and
sense.
Then swing over to west side.
I think if he figures if he can get both items before going to left side, that's a great time savings for him. There's one item.
Come on then, little chest.
No?
You just
Did he
missed
get
a
both
chest,
already?
dude. I think he did. Must have. I missed one.
I did too.
Nope. No. There was rupees, I believe, in the room just that he's going into now.
Okay.
On the top right-hand chest.
Yeah, very quick Meyer. Which is good.
You know when you see something, You completely forget you saw it. You know.
Yep.
That's a fun thing to happen when your brain just completely goes, nah, let's not bother with remembering. We don't need to remember that.
Yeah, that thing over there, not important. But this thing over here 10 minutes ago, yeah, you'll remember that.
Yeah. Oh dear. Okay. Ba-bam.
We'll see how LewdDolphin is at fighting Vitreous. With Gold Sword and Cape, I don't see that being an issue at all.
Yeah, I mean, Cape is easier because obviously it's less lag, and you can still spin attack with it, which is nice.
Now, what will be interesting to see is if either player looks for half magic in Ganon's tower in the chest on the way to... Oh, well, okay. That's the bunny sprite.
I told you, it's great, isn't it?
It's so good.
I didn't... He becomes a skeleton. He literally dies.
I guess now I gotta start playing as the old man.
Exactly. The old man sprite and Mike Jones from Star Tropic. Oh, look at this. Just spin it. That's gorgeous. I love that. Just doing this.
I do too. So
now, as much as it's cool to use the golden sword to slash at this eyeball, I think it is faster just to crack out the bow and X fight it.
It's 8 regular arrows and 2 silver arrows. Although again, there is no bow for Dolphin.
Oh yeah. Sorry, sorry, my bad. This chap does not want to die, does he? Okay, so that is, however, an extra little crystal.
I think
Now,
if he's been...
Okay, what has to be said, though, I do think that the Swamp Palace play will be made. Yeah, it will. There it is. Well, yeah, he's going to go up, right? Where are you going, mate?
Where's he going?
Up. The reason this will be done is because he's already cleared Skull Woods and he's already cleared Eastern. So the only dungeon he has left is Swamp Palace.
Yep.
And will he go straight for the boss like Panda did, which turned out to be the correct decision, or will he go east and go west side first?
Or will he go straight for the boss, get the bow, and then say, okay, well, I shot probably in here. Let's just go west side anyway. Wait, now he's going to Bombos first.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, yeah. Logically.
No sense going to the Swamp Palace if you can get the item here. Although he's missing 2.
Yeah.
That's not the arrow he wanted.
I think you get bow, you immediately go to pod because it's a dungeon you can clear, and you know there's a lot of chests still in there. So I think for LewdDolphin, it's a matter of what's the word I'm looking for? I'll think about it.
Routing?
I don't know. It's just gone, mate. It's completely left my head. I have no idea what I was gonna say. As I said, the word will come back to me. The floor's yours, mate.
So, speaking of routing, we have an interesting dilemma for Panda in that he's going to be done with Mire and then have to reclimb Death Mountain, whereas Dolphin's already going to be at the top of Death Mountain once he finishes up Turtle Rock.
And it's true. There's Das Buch for Das Panda.
Oh, gets sniped at the end, right before the key.
Gonna get that red mail on LewdDolphin as well. Ba-bam!
Eggplant hat, engage!
Do you know what? This is completely and utterly irrelevant, but... do you know what I like about red mail? The purple hat.
Well, that's the best part.
Good, I'm glad we agree.
You never see anybody wear a purple hat, so I mean, it's perfect. Unless you're like Willy Wonka, and then it's just purple suit.
missed.
Well, the lag meringue.
Best meringue, that one.
Flies faster and has more range. Off the Trinex.
This should be nice and simple. Just 2 shots of each rod for each head. Given that, given execution on attacks afterwards. 1, 2, 3. Second shot. Change now. There you go. 1, 2. Done. Nice and clean. 1.
A little bit of ice formation, but not bad. Oh, this is the 0 cycle, but with tempered sword, that's kind of hard to get.
I believe the technique to getting that is going behind Trinex and like the neck's not stretching out at all and literally hitting them when they're still in the body. Very nice execution, getting that spin attack, and then 3 immediate hits with that tempered sword. Trinex goes bye-bye.
Has money.
Yeah. Cash money, dude.
What would a turtle do with that much money?
Buy himself a lot of pizza.
Well, he does have 3 heads. Each of them probably likes different
flavors
flavors
of
of
Leonardo
pizza.
on the right. We've got Michelangelo on the left, or Raphael on the left. And we've got Donnie in the middle. I don't know where Mikey is, but
I think he is in pod. Somewhere.
Yeah,
One of the random turtles.
That'll do. That'll do.
I've also heard this in the past, and apparently it is true. The only time you see the turtle enemies is not in Turtle Rock.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. That is completely true, and that makes no sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, Turtle Rock's in Lake Hylia in Between Worlds, which is just really weird. But yeah. Turtle Rock, it's more of a state of being, you know, than biological field notes, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, Panda with that flutage. Gonna go straight to the desert as well. Clear out those last 2 dungeons. Oh no, where are we going? Gonna get some
Potions. We'll see if LewdDolphin goes ahead and goes for the left side of Swamp, or if he just takes his green panda in pieces.
I think he'd be tempted to go straight for pod, but then it does mean you have to add more time to come back.
I personally would go straight for pod because it's not strictly a time loss if Ice Rod is in there.
Don't think you checked. Did you probably check Panda? You have it.
Yeah, I think. Yep. He realizes he's in go mode.
Yeah. There you are. You are in go mode. That's it. It should be quite nice because big key is not too far away. Just needs 1 key from the right side. But this is an interesting thing as well. Not everyone, I've seen this. Not everyone checks. Not everyone checks that chest in that rule. Sometimes they go and do the lantern thing first, and then jump down and then clear it on the way right. So Lude went for it early, and then obviously he got a very, very quick Maya because of it.
Are you talking about the chests that you have to hit the switch for after hitting the crystal switch?
Yeah, so basically over here, this one here in this room, because the key is in that chest above there.
Right. I feel like it's easier to just go ahead and check that on your way than to have to loop back around for it.
For sure.
So he'll probably check it on the way. We have a left side swamp check from Mr. Dolphin.
He did go for it, yeah. Gonna be... Well, it's not gonna have anything there for him, unfortunately. He'll definitely want to make his way, as you said, straight to pod to get that.
Yep.
And then it's a case of That's it. It's a case of formality. That's the word I was looking for. Harken back to a previous statement that is, been moved on from for now. So go right. There we go. I've just seen people not do it. I don't know why. I've seen it happen a couple of times. It's completely. It's thrown me for a loop. I wigged out when I saw it, but
I forgot to do that once. That was where Icewad was once. In the old logic.
He's going for it. Yeah, he knows where he's going. Off he goes.
Yep.
Check. There we go. Going for pod. Nice one.
Yeah. This is absolutely the correct move right now.
This has been a really interesting seed because it's not that it's been ridiculously harsh or kind of like really outlandish in the way it wants you to go, but we've got one side of it where we had a player sequence break by doing fake flippers and finding a really, really important item and then learning locations of an item, which led to some really, really good things. But then those options forced decisions from one player, and then the other, who kept it as vanilla as possible, went longer to get those important items. But because of checks from a kind of vanilla mindset, opened up a lot more, or kind of like found themselves picking up items that would eventually be really, really key as they went forward. I think it's been really interesting. Like,
yeah,
they've both been on the sides where, like, if the two became one, it would be a really, really fast seed. But because like one person was doing one thing and the other was doing the thing that the other person needed, it was really interesting.
And really, I think up until I want to say right up until Panda found Bow in Swamp early, it was a constant back and forth where one person might have had a lead-ish by having one item that the other didn't, but I think Bow in Swamp was what broke the seed open for Panda.
Yeah. Being able to get access to it is clearing pod as well, because getting that done as soon as possible was very, very nice. I mean, it is really close still, it has to be said. Oh, going for a bonk there, but it is still really close. But the speed that Desert's going to be happening. Oh wow, gets it, very nice. The speed that Desert's going to be happening will mean that the old man looks a bit like an antlion when he's holding up the crystal.
Yes, agreed.
Just an old man who likes to save worlds and every now and then likes to nip at passers-by on the beach. Yeah, Desert's really fast, and I mean, I wouldn't be surprised based on the checking that has to be done here by Lewd. Panda could potentially find themselves finishing up this dungeon before, maybe before Lewd does, and then heading straight up to GT. Ice Rod.
There's go mode for Lewd.
I don't know why he's still I think he's just going to run straight down, use the keys, isn't he? There's
Yeah.
No point in. Yeah, no point in checking left side Dark Maze. Just go.
Especially if he figures... Well, I don't know if you're LewdDolphin. Do you figure you're behind because Bo was in Swamp? Or do you figure you're fine because you went to... Because you have Turtle Rock as your last dungeon? Even though you have to double dip it.
It's a hard one to call. I would feel behind, but that's just purely because I'm used to people doing impossible seeds in impossible times. But you see people just kind of like, you have to kind of assume. I don't know, like, would you ever assume you're like greatly in the lead though? Because when you become complacent, that's really not good for competitive mentality, I find. Never, obviously. I don't know what I'm saying.
Well, I did forget one.
I mean, you do make a point there, like finding an item so integral so late. Like it's now a 40 in, that's quite late to find items that you need to clear dungeons. You want to be in go mode by now, really, which they are, but you would have wanted to be in this mode for about 10 minutes.
And I did also forget to factor in that he had to do Ice Palace twice.
Oh god, yeah. The errors you make do add to that that awareness. Double Ice Palace, double Troc, double Pod, late bow.
Extra time in Mire to get the items.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say that checking left side swamp was an issue because both players did that.
Mm.
Like
and both players finished their dungeons at roughly the same time. Panda making their way to GT. You know what that means then, Isolated?
It's time to play Hyrule's favorite game show. Guess the chest that the big key's in.
I was about to do it. Ra-da-da-da-da-da. Welcome to the game show. Guess between 1 and 22. How many chests will it take to find the big key in GT?
There's just one slight problem for LewdDolphin. He's got to go kill a giant turtle.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like, I think this is where it all comes to a head, isn't it? You know, we're asking who's further ahead, and right now, one person's going to do 2 more rooms of a dungeon, and then we'll be doing exactly what Panda's doing.
Now we get to answer the age-old question: which is faster, light or dark to climb?
Well, actually, we're going to find out right now. This is live timing.
This is your chance.
I always thought dark was faster, honestly.
I always thought it was light.
Because, like, if it comes to NMG, the reason you do light, because you're going to go up and do Troc, and then you and then you change it. It's very close.
I'd say.
Oh, the high five. That was almost the same. I guess preference then, mate.
I think it depends on if you have to do T-Rock or not. If you're going straight to GT, dark is faster. If you have to do T-Rock and open it, light's faster. Otherwise, dark might be faster for that too.
Yeah. We've got some near. We've got 14, 11. I always go for 8 myself. I'm always an 8 guy. What about you?
I am always a fan of Torch.
Torch.
Just so that boots are always required.
Yeah. That's noble. Noble. Have a look, shall we? 1. 2.
Half magic and 2. That's big. That'll make the torch glitch easier on Ganon.
Not going for the right side play. If you get key, I'm one of those people. Key, I tend to go right. I mean, you're there anyway. It's not that much longer to check the 4.
I generally base it on if I have enough magic that I think I could do the torch room quickly. If I can do it with Fire Rod, sure. If not, I'll probably go left side. Oh, there it is.
3, 4.
Yeah, 4. With torch 4. So if you said just 4, congratulations! You've won a red rupee.
Enjoy your red rupee. It'll buy you 2 hearts. Is that? Yeah, it's a tenner, isn't it? It is a tenner.
Yep.
That's pretty quick. It's. I mean, at this point, it's kind of Panda's game to lose, really now.
Yeah, with that quick a big key and LewdDolphin still in Turtle Rock.
Gonna have to see how competent this climb is, or the gauntlet rather, which has stolen some time off many runners. You should never underestimate the gauntlet. the BMOS
Indeed.
specifically can be very problematic if they're just having a bad day, you know, and they're looking you down. Get out of my turf, you know. They're just kind of.
I still hold the worst room in the
witches or
gauntlet.
something.
I still hold that the worst room in the gauntlet is this Stalfos room. Now this will be a quick try next.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Very nice first room. Good positioning on the enemies. This second one, ugh. For some reason this is just really hard. I don't know why. This is just... I'm pretty sure these particular style children feel like jumping can happen really far away.
Yeah, they just don't care. They're gonna get away from you. They're actually probably the smartest enemies in the game.
This room is one of my favorites.
I like that room. This is the one I hate.
Dash down the middle. Oh, so close.
And LewdDolphin finishing off Trinex, heading into GT. I didn't catch what time the Panda entered it, but I want to say it was about 1:45-ish.
It was 1:40. About that, yeah. Let's go with 1:45. That sounds right.
Okay.
If it helps, we can catch when Panda's clearing Landmola 2, which is 1:51:18.
Yeah, we can go based on that. We could also go based off the finish time.
Yeah, I think that might be a better idea.
Which player is in the lead? Well, the one that finished first.
I can't quite tell. Oh dear, that's funny.
That room is surprisingly difficult to do if you do not have the boots.
Hmm. Yeah. Or if you kind of get the pixel wrong, like there's, if you're too far, there's like Panda went quite far to the left, which is quite safe. But if you kind of go, if you opt to go a little bit closer to or tighter to the right conveyor belt, you can sometimes get caught, which is not fun.
No. Especially when the bridge collapses and then you have to do it that way.
Mm-hmm.
There's the two little mini Helmosaurs. And he's checking these chests.
Probably looking for silvers at this point.
Yeah. Does get a burrito.
And a big old heart. Haven't seen Sankheart right now.
No, actually we haven't.
Not that it matters. I mean, thinking about it, it was like, money.
Alright, everyone. What's in the validation chest?
I'm gonna guess silvers. Go on, why not? Silvers. Make my day.
Red rupee.
Red rupee. You're probably gonna win that one, honestly. I have faith in you.
Nope. I'm gonna tell you where the boss is. He's 2 rooms over. Go kill him.
Just looks down like.
The ice is trolling.
I hate that room. I don't know. It's so simple to actually do, but then if you make it one error, it's just you're getting knocked around for days. Okay then.
I get 2.
2 push pineapple shaker tree. Nice one. 2 hits.
Yep. So far, pretty good patterns. Oh, a 0 there.
Was it a 0?
Yeah.
Thought you got 1. Must have missed 1. Okay.
At least I think it was a 0. We'll find out in 2 hits.
That was 1 hit. 1 more. It was a...
There he goes.
Ba-bam! There you go. LewdDolphin went for the bomb boss kill on the Style Child room just because. Screw that!
Take all the RNG out.
Yeah. Okay, it's time for time to make some bacon sandwiches.
I could go for a bacon sandwich.
Agreed.
Even though it's like super late.
Okay, so it's looking about 3 minutes difference right now, or just over 3 minutes difference, almost 4. It was 151.18 for Panda out of Lambo 2, and looking to be about 155.
Honestly, a fall again could make the difference.
Yeah, depending on how many warps we get from Ganon.
Mm-hmm.
Plenty of magic though, so just going to spam this cape, keep themselves safe to get as much damage as possible. Already on to phase 3. A bunch of warps, yet more warpage.
Holy cow, dude. Just calm down. Thank you.
It's 2.
And I believe Panda also still has some blue goo.
Would be nice. Okay, final phase here. Silverless in my tower. Yeah, they're in his tower.
Probably on right side.
Try and get torch. Torch glitch has been activated, so this is just seeing it out now.
Yep. I have heard that you do not want to approach Ganon from the side closest to the hole when you're going for the spin attack, due to his little bit of knockback.
Yeah, the knockback, the hitboxes on the fire trails is surprisingly large. You can't really be complacent with it. It can just every now and then to be like, you know what, down you go.
Yep.
Oh, missing a hit though.
Oh.
Taking another hit as well.
Not quite sure how many hits he's at.
I think it's like 6 he's at, 7.
It sounds right.
It's 12. It's like what, 24 Master Sword, 16 Tempered, 12, or is it 12 and 8?
I think it's 24 for Master Sword and then 12 for both Tempered and... Oh no!
Oh my word! So the bat coming down forced Panda to the left-hand side. That's really fortunate, because Panda's MP is really low. You mentioned Panda might have a potion, yeah? That's critical. That's really critical. Okay, potion available. Potion available. This is really interesting. Triple hit for Lewd as well.
Alright, Panda's back in Ganon's room.
Ooh. One. Okay, yeah. It's like,
one more hit and Aghanim should go down.
this is crazy. Wow. And he's going to go for the potion? Okay, he's just going to go for regular.
Hookshot.
Yeah.
Oh, but misses a couple of times.
Knocked around though. This is very, very... Panda's desperate now. Panda's very aware of what could be meaning, because he hasn't seen that dot done yet.
At this point, Panda can't afford to fall again.
Yeah, if it's fallen again, it's GG. Panda's got to see this out now. Just got to have a clean room. Here we go. Also, remember the warps RNG changes upon refight.
That's a lot of warps.
There we go. Okay, phase 3 over. Time for phase 4. Lewd playing it very safe.
Gets the torch clutch even with the rough fire bat. That's good.
Warps for days.
Okay, gonna wait for this fire bat.
Wow, very, very close.
Yes. Looks like Lewd is about to go into phase 4 himself.
Yeah, there it is. Phase 4 activated as well. Will he get torch glitch? He's got the fire rod out right now.
I don't think he's gonna go for it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that will be big. That will be big difference.
Let's see. Oh, that was a little close for Panda.
Oh, and Lewd falls again.
Oh no!
That should be GG if Panda can just see this.
There it is.
There it is. GG for Panda.
Looks like he's going to come in just under 2 hours.
We'll see. Yeah, looks like it is. What's the official SRL time, sir?
I'm not actually in the thing because I forgot to join it.
Where is it?
I'm looking for the race.
Races. Whoopsie.
Joining it in now.
Loads. Oh, where is it? It doesn't say. It looks like, from what I can see here, it was a 1:59:56. I think it was. I can't see the racer, however.
We should be getting a time in just a second here.
There it is. I see it. I believe we have our. If I scroll down, I should be correct. Yeah, we believe we have ThePanda1016 in the chat with us. If they, you can't speak. No worries, that's fine. I guess we'll do we can either do a text interview and let people know what you're saying. But congratulations. You can probably hear us, so congratulations on the win. It was very, 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 very close race. If there is anything you'd like us to relay, we can do that. But yeah, it was very Lewd. You and Lewd were both on Ganon, and when you fell, he was finishing up Ganon's tower when you fell. And you went into phase 2 as he dropped into the Ganon room, and then he fell. So he's just finishing up Ganon now. So it was a really, really intense race. Isolated and I were very interested to see the routes you both took. You kind of had you were literally the two halves of one coin. One of you had done one half of everything, and the other person had done the other half of everything else. You kind of had got done by Lewd as well there with an official SRL time of 2:02:30.
That's what? Less than a 3-minute, 4-minute difference?
Two and a half minutes. That's 2.5 minutes. It would have been really clear. Yeah, Lewd's saying it would have been closer if it weren't for that fall. But Panda's saying that it was very, very close. 2.5 minutes. But we hope that obviously you guys enjoyed that race. It was really interesting. As I said, I'm not sure how you feel about it, Isolated. The two routes. Sorry, I just hit my mic. The two routes were really intriguing, and the way that they kind of covered, the two sides of things was very nice.
Yeah, it was.
The two routes were really intriguing.
You would see one person do one thing. You'd think, okay, now they have a lead. The other person wouldn't do it, but they'd go do something else, and then they'd get another item, and it just kept going back and forth. For most of the seed, really.
Hey, fellas.
Okay, now they have a lead.
Hey, how's it going there, Panda?
But they'd go do something else, and then they'd get another item, and it just
better now that we're finished.
I imagine.
It wasn't a really bad seed. It just was unnecessarily linear, it felt.
Yeah.
I imagine.
I mean, this is kind of what we're saying about these two kind of things that were going on. Lewd fake flippered really early to Zora and got Mirror. I mean, this is kind of what we're saying about these two and then went to go do Ledge Cave and got Mitts really, really early.
Wow.
And then you checked Catfish really, really early. But you did, because the mirror was on the opposite side of things. It was kind of that weird thing, you were in the same places, but in light or dark world, basically. It was really bizarre.
Wow,
but, yeah.
that sounds like it's gonna be interesting to go back and watch.
You were in the same places, but in light or dark.
Did Lewd pick up silvers wherever they were in Ganon's tower?
No.
No, he
You
didn't.
both did the same thing. Checked right, checked left, went away immediately.
Okay. It could have been anywhere in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably in Armo's chest.
So what was your what were you thinking when you found the bow in swamp? Because that was, I think I think for me that was, I think for Ice as well, that was the big item pickup for you particularly that gave you the edge, because the bow led to Ice Rod, and the bow was kind of one of Lude's later pickups. So
Well, it was kind of
Lude ended up
interesting.
double dipping Pod, double dipping Troc, and actually had to double dip Ice. Lude, are you here?
Hello.
Hello, Lude. You're right.
Hey, Lewd, GG.
Thank you. GG
It
to
was
you
very,
too.
very
Congrats on
close.
the win.
It was,
Yeah, the double dip ice palace was dumb because I didn't realize I had the fire rod instead of the hammer, and I knew that I didn't have enough magic to beat the ice of Cold Stare. And since I had already picked up the magic pots in the room right before in the fall,
Mm.
and I had done all the other magic jars, and if I had used the cane to put the switch on, I wouldn't have enough magic. It was
Did you?
I was mad.
Did you have a key or two? By
I could have done the long way around, but I figured whatever. I'll just get blue potions.
Okay.
There is actually 3 magic pots in the room just to the right of the
Yes, I
where you have to
know
push
of
the block
that.
down.
But if I got those magic pots and then went and used the cane to put a block down, then I wouldn't have enough magic.
when you get
Oh, okay.
on your way to that.
I already picked those up because I accidentally used the fire rod instead of the hammer.
Yeah, the fire rod was pre-equipped, and then tried to hammer, and I was like, dang, which is interesting.
But at least I got to
No,
show
it
off
was-
that you can kill the skeletons without bombs.
Yeah, I didn't even know you could do that. I was just thinking he's just getting angry at the Stalfos down it would.
Blaming the Stalfos for the lack of magic, hoping he would drop some.
I mean, if he did drop magic, then I would put the switch on and then grab the pot and been on my way. But oh well.
Yeah, I think Isaac and I were just screaming at our screens just for Lude to go and check Catfish because the flippers being there. We also noticed that when you got Catfish and you got the flippers, you save and quitted away from that and came back again.
Yeah, I made a number of mistakes in that seed. The only thing I was like happy about was that I knew where flippers couldn't be, since the fake flippers got me mirror, and the mirror led to Titan's Mitt, so I knew that it couldn't be on Death Mountain anywhere. Like when I was exploring Death Mountain in the 7 chest cave, I was like, I know flippers aren't here, but what did I forget to check? And then I realized, oh yeah, Catfish is still open.
Yeah,
I think
it's
I
one
actually
of those
got-
ones that it's so far out of the way that unless you're kind of like doing it en route to something else, that it's really kind of awkward to make that decision to go there, which is fair. It's kind of weird because we're saying that go and check that, but then for the longest time as well, Panda hadn't checked ledge, even with mirror in hand, and it's kind of it's weird. There was like there's like, I think there was the boots for a while. Like you didn't. There was the mushroom wasn't checked in for a while for boots on one side, but then that was again really early on both. Like you each just had an item or two longer than each other, just with one item that was consistent back and forth of picking that up and making this decision again, that goes down that route, and then it gets it was really, really fun to watch.
I actually think ultimately that I kind of got lucky in that I didn't go get the mitts early, because not having the mitts really limited what dungeons I could go into. And that's what led me into Swamp early, because when I went to Swamp, I didn't have anything but like 5 or 6 overworld locations, and then like the 7 item Swamp Palace. So it actually ended up working out in my favor, which is kind of weird how that happens.
I was really hoping that Swamp didn't have anything. I was super hoping that Ice Rod was locked behind the book, because then that would mean the double dip was required.
Where was Ice Rod? Oh, the pod.
Yeah.
Behind the bow.
Well, if I had done a different key route in pod, I could have gotten the Ice Rod earlier, but
the funny thing is you both did that key route, So you both went and got Cane of Burner and the and the bottle. It was because seeing that, and we kind of went, wait, where did they leave? Oh, of course, yeah, the key. And then when Lude jumped in there for the first time, we're like, okay, are we going to see something different? But the same thing happened. It was kind of one of those things you just kind of that can just be get skipped, I guess.
yeah, I'm lucky it was.
There was nothing in Skull Woods.
Nothing in Skull. That was a
Skull Woods
surprise.
was what, 2
Yeah.
containers?
Yeah.
Everything I know is a lie.
And technically speaking, well, no, actually, Flute was in T-Rock. Never mind. I thought we had a non-item T-Rock for once in V26. Then I remembered, wait, Flute.
No such luck.
It was kind of weird that both Flute and Book were there, and you only needed one or the other. Well, no, you needed Flute, but like to get into Desert, you only needed one or the other. But
there was one moment where I almost went and checked Ether Tablet after I was done with TR because I was really concerned that Meyer was going to be Ether, and then if Ether was on Ether Tablet, it'd be so far out of the way that I'd probably be out of the race, and I decided to skip it.
No, Ether was in Desert.
Oh, you got? Was it in the big chest?
I believe so. I don't remember.
Yeah,
I know I got the third medallion. I was like, oh hey, I don't need these anymore.
Yeah, I didn't check the big chest. Did you get the sword upgrade off of Hylia Island?
I did. In fact, I tried going there without flippers as soon as I had the mirror.
Nice. Yeah, that was the first thing I did when I had got the mirror. Was I went straight for that because going from blue to red is
actually no, yeah. Upgrade. I got the mirror earlier, but like I checked a hype cave, and I'm like, all right, now I'm gonna go mirror on Hylia Island. Wait, I don't have flippers yet.
So, I mean, for you guys, how do you feel that? Because obviously, just making blind checks is really, important and is kind of the one of the kind of big things in this game. But like, how much would you rank just getting information? So, like, you guys knew exactly where Hook was because you both checked Zora at some point. So, like, Hook's here. I need to come back here at some point. How kind of much does that influence your routing when you know there's an item there that does this thing, and it's like, how does that kind of make you approach certain decisions?
I guess it kind of depends on what the item is and where it is. In the case of the hook shot being on Zora's Ledge, I mean, it was pretty obvious early on that I was gonna have to try something like Zora because I think there was a point where I was either down to I think it was like Zora or Agina or something else. So having that knowledge, as soon as I got the flippers, basically I think I just went straight there. And most of the reason that I went straight there was because I knew that I could check Hylia Island. I think I swung through Hobo, which was a waste of time, and then I knew I had the 2 waterfall chests on the way up to the hookshot. So in that instance, because it was such an important item and because there were so many items on the way, it was in my mind like the first thing I was going to do as soon as I found flippers.
Right. And if I wasn't dumb, I wouldn't have saved and quit after getting flippers.
To be fair, you saved yourself fantastically by going straight for the whirlpool below. I was like, straps, I like it.
Yeah, that was entirely a routing decision there. I'll save time by getting the tempered sword along the way. Out of the way, but along the way.
Whatever works, right? Yeah.
I do want to ask both of you, what did you guys think about the mushroom fetch quest chain to get to Dark World?
Where was the mushroom again? It was in the. It was
Mushroom was in Kakariko.
Oh, so it was early.
And then that gave the boots.
Yeah.
And then was
which got the hammer.
Oh yeah.
The first Bonk Cave had the hammer.
The hammer was in Bonk Cave, and then that's what got you into Dark World. Yeah.
I had the mirror before that point, so when I got the hammer, I just went to Village of Outcasts and I started checking spots with the mirror. Got Titans early, and then started doing, Blacksmith and Purple Chest, which was all a waste. think they both gave like I think Blacksmith gave bomb upgrade and Purple Chest gave arrow upgrade, so that was great.
I think those are right. Because I ended up doing this too. The only thing I think I didn't check Pyramid Fairy. And I think that might be it.
Yeah, I didn't check Pyramid Fairy because T-Rock was my last crystal.
Yeah, the flute was my go mode item.
Ice Rod was my go mode item.
Oh man, it's such a it's. I kind of liked the beginning because I kind of like it when the light world is linear and there's really not a lot of places you can go. And this one really just shoehorned me into a point where, okay, at some point I'm going to have to turn in this mushroom. I'm going to go to Zora, and then I get that, and I got that, and then that just led me into the whole dark world. But it really did open up after that, and there were a lot of different ways that we could have gone, and as you were saying, that we ended up doing.
Yeah.
There was
guys. I think we're coming towards the end of it. I believe we need to wrap up here. So again, thank you very much for racing. It was very, very close. But Panda GG on the win, and commiserations, Lude. It was very, as I said, you guys are both in Gannon's room, so a really entertaining race, and you guys should check it out and see the decisions made by the other player.
Certainly,
it was pretty cool to watch. So I do think we have to leave it there, so our restreamer can get a rest and we can get some more races underway.
right. Well,
But thanks again, guys, for racing. Isolated, thank you very much for commentating alongside me. It was a pleasure, sir.
Indeed, thank you very much.
Hopefully we'll be able to work together again. And I hope you guys obviously at home watching enjoyed it. And yeah, see you again for some more randomizer action. So cheers, guys. Until next time, stay classy.
You too.
See ya.
We do. Bye.